Alright, Chad, we back, bro. Had minor difficulty, you know what I'm saying? I was streaming all day. Moment I get to like 8 hours on stream, cuts off on me. I didn't even fully get to 8 hours. That's what's crazy. But it's okay because we back. We are indeed back. So, one second. A little hot, a little hot. Honestly, I don't know. I'ma just sit like this. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. I can do this. I can do this. But yeah, no, let me go ahead, go here. Share stream. My honest reaction. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I wanna stream my nigga. I wanna stream my homeboy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wanna figure this out. Let that be the first thing I figure out. But YouTube. Excuse me. That was barbaric. Sorry about that. Just invited me. Let me see. Nope, not going. Don't go there. Don't go there. What's up, chat? If you in here, say something, gang. Hold it though. Continue. Hello. Hello. Wait, wait. Join backstage. Okay. Yo.
Yo,
We in there, big guy?
can you see? Can you see?
I barely can see. Fool. I'm trying to, cause I want to figure out how to like put it on my computer, fool, where I can like, cause I seen the invite. I joined the invite on my phone though. I want to see how to like include that to my actual stream.
Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear me?
Y'all can hear me,
Y'all hear
fool?
me? He said, "Yeah, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's fucking go."
Type shit. Hey, we still need to figure out how I can get this how we can get this shit to just be like, you know what I'm saying? Have my shit showing up right here. I wanna like get it to where we can like I can accept the invite through actually I can set the invite through like Twitch on here.
Man, you probably, I don't know, man. Can you see? I see you on my screen though. I'm trying to see.
Man, I do us one better. Let me go. Oh God, let me go on YouTube. Act like I ain't got YouTube.
I ain't trying to take up too much time though. Can you see my screen though?
Oh
Like
no,
if I pull it up like this, can you see that?
hell yeah, I can see it. Nah, we ain't gotta take up too much time. I can just do that on the side. Like I can just do this on the side, but like I can still watch, react and everything. So, shit, we good. I ain't gonna lie though, it's slick laggy though. For on my end, it's slick laggy. I got like a 3 second delay.
Hold on. How this? Okay, rewind a little bit so it doesn't like this now. How this?
To on the dark net. I was setting up to do a little bit of gaming when I noticed I had an alert from one of my net friends saying they had stumbled across something interesting.
Shut up. Is that good food?
Yeah, no, that's straight. I would say, is it? Well, I would say, do the Wait, never mind. I'm gonna just wait as I watch. I'll just wait as I watch.
Alright, bro, I'm pretty going to start so let's go watch.
Hell yeah, start there.
A series of black boxes that, when opened, seemed to lead you down another web directory. It was like tunneling, but more vast. Knowing my curious nature, he had passed the information on to me, knowing that I would want to follow up on this information. I was one of the few vagrant hackers in my circle, an explorer, mindlessly taking one path and then another and opening up a door and seeing where it goes. Most times you would come across a treasure trove of information, or a dead end. He hadn't cut any corners when he broke down everything to me. His start point, the different pathways he had taken, how often he had reset his IP address per 30 to 45 seconds, what protocols he had used to cover up his trail, and the level of encryption that he had encountered with each box, and how long it had taken him to reach the next one. 7 boxes he had come across, and upon reaching the 7th is where he'd gotten stuck. Challenge accepted. I quickly glanced over the data, already booting up the ghost hacks and IP scramblers. I needed to have what was in front of me knocked out of the way, as well as being able to cover my own ass. With the new encryption I had made, I would be able to latch onto an existing IP address for 30 seconds before bouncing to another one, making it seem like I had disappeared. This was great in theory, but forced my movements to be slow when it came to being able to do things on my sad little Inspiron. In 10 short minutes, I was ready to go. Like he had shown me, I followed his pathways and activated my encryptions to keep myself safe, wandering from parent directory to parent directory. It didn't take long for me to run into the first black box. Just a basic encryption that took almost no time to break through. Inside was a directory with 4 different subdirectories. I knew that the second link was where my friend went, but my curiosity led me to pick the first one. In about 3 minutes, I realized it was a dead end, so I quickly backtracked and made my way to the main directory, deciding that I wouldn't deviate from his original path. In about half an hour, I ran through all 6 black boxes, coming across the 7th and realized that the encryption on this particular box was very different. Every hacker, no matter how good, leaves a sliver of information behind. You just have to know what to look for. I knew my friend had been here and this is where he had gotten stuck. This was a unique lock, one that I knew would take a bit of time to break through the encryption. It was a Thursday night. I'd finished up my work early for a change, and I wasn't called into work, so I had time to kill. Now, this box was a tricky little shit. I had never run across so many tedious things to break through in my entire life. It was more annoying than an actual challenge. A tug here, a pull there, slipping and dipping and moving around all the different codes in an attempt to decipher just what all this information entailed. But I wasn't allowed the luxury of lingering because the minute I got distracted to see and understand what exactly I was swimming through, the encryption would completely kick me out of the box, forcing me to start all over again. After another 45 minutes, I managed to break through and I felt like I was sitting on top of the world, but the only problem was that I was in another directory again, except this time, there was only one thing inside of it. It was a redirect hyperlink labeled WTTMH. I was too happy to know I'd broken through the damn encryption code blocking this pathway that I didn't even stop to think and wonder what those letters meant. Like a fucking pleb, I just clicked on the link and let it redirect me. My ghost was active, so I wasn't worried about being traced. It did its thing, redirecting me to another website. This site took a little bit longer to load. Possibly because my ghost was attempting to filter and tunnel through anything that would have pinged me on someone's radar. This was also an indication that I had entered through a back door, one that I really didn't have any business utilizing, but I did anyway. When messing around in the darknet, you only ever use the back entrance onto pages if you thought you were the shit and didn't think you'd get caught. That, or you were the site manager themselves.
And that's where you
About
fuck
5
up, man.
minutes later, the
That's where you
webpage
fuck up.
finally loaded up. Soft, creepy carnival music played in the background, barely above the sound of a whisperer. Even with headphones on, I had to really pay attention to take notice of it. Across the window, in big, bold letters, read, "Welcome to the Monkey House."
Oh,
I was immediately intrigued. Being the huge Kurt Vonnegut fan that I am, I recognized the title for what it was. But for anyone who has read the compilation of short stories, I assumed I was about to walk into a place full of rebels, preaching on their soapboxes like they were Harrison Bergeron. I wished that had been the case. I wished it more than anything, now that I think back on it. A window popped up on the bottom right of the browser, a chat window and a greeting message. I'll never forget the way my heart almost shrank in on itself in response to that gray box. It read, "Welcome to the Monkey House, home of all the chills and thrills you can imagine and some even beyond your wildest dreams. Would you like a guided tour?" Despite my interest, I didn't want to linger around in this place. The host was most likely surveying the area and monitoring all traffic flow spilling onto the site. Hell, the site owner could have very well been the one pinging that automated message to me right that second. "No thank you," I wrote. "If you insist, do you already know your way around the Monkey House then? I don't think I've seen you around here before." No, I was referred by a friend. I couldn't believe I just straight up lied like that, but I had panicked. Something told me that this wasn't some bot. I was talking to a real person and I already knew I was a lot further in the darknet than I normally wandered into. They could eat me alive if I gave them a single reason to get suspicious of me. Their response: "Oh, you mean for the event this evening? We had given guest vouchers to all of our VIP members so they could invite their friends to tonight's special event." Event? What the fuck? There was an event?
what?
I decided I would just play along so as not to give myself away.
This story just, I ain't gonna cap. Like, fool, this story kind of like, it how going, like, left fast ahead.
I ain't gonna lie, like, just me, like, I experienced some dark web too. I feel like I know where this is going, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm like, I got 90 minutes.
You got an idea of what's finna happen. On me, I have an idea. I may not have been on that hoe. I got an idea though.
Oh God, I'm on them days is crazy as hell. Niggas used to surf there.
Uh,
Nah, he was, oh my God, niggas was on that whole playing around. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna try to do my best not to stop the video as much, but it's just like, sometimes I be having a dress like this.
I mean,
Oh
but
God,
ain't nothing wrong, bro. Hey DJ, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every now and then, you know what I'm saying?
I
Pause.
know, fool, I be wanting for us to watch the video, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
Oh God, I think that fucking Kingdom Fool, bro, this shit was crazy, bro. That shit was real life, bro. But I ain't gonna, I'm fucking down here.
Stone, gonna start the hell back, bro.
I had clearly come across a membership only site, waltzing in through the back door like I owned the place. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I don't know my way around and I don't see any guide links telling me where I need to go or even where I can go. Well, you wouldn't be able to see any of that with a guest voucher anyway. The Monkey House is membership only, and the only way in is either through a voucher or an actual invitation. This explains why I didn't recognize your IP address. My heart dropped into my stomach. Oh shit, he could see my IP. Which meant that if I didn't turn off my piggyback code, they would see my IP change right before their eyes. Panicking, I quickly pulled up my command prompt window and stopped my ghost from scrambling my IP and lashing onto another person's as they passed within my latch zone. I stared at my now static IP address, listing that I was from Turkey. I see.
And then make sure you also
Well,
have
the
your
event will be
participant
starting
in there as
soon.
well.
Just
And then
follow
after
this
that,
link
just
when
go
you're
ahead and select
ready.
the plus button
Chatting
next
is
to
free, but
sources,
the
and
picture
then you'll
quality
see
will be
options
reduced
for
to
the
SD
live
resolution
camera
since
under
you're just a
general
guest.
sources. Select
HD
that,
is for
add
members
the source,
only.
you can name it whatever you
I
like.
understand.
I'm gonna add in
Basic
a mystery
etiquette
name so I know who
applies.
this scene
You
is
will
for.
receive one
Then I'm gonna
warning and
select
then
add
afterwards
source,
you will be
and then you're gonna
banned.
see an invitation
You are free to leave
URL
before the event has
listed for you.
concluded,
This is the
but
link
your
that you're
IP
gonna
will
wanna
be
copy to
permanently
send out
blocked
to
from
different
regaining
people that
entry
you want
unless
to
you are
join
able
the
to get a
stream.
personal
If you
invitation
have
to
too
return
much
back to
time,
the
you
Monkey
can add up to
House.
4
Your
guests
IP
at a
has been
time.
logged
Below
for
that,
future
you'll see your
reference so that we
webcam
may
and
extend the
microphone
invitation to
sources that
you in
can
the
be
future.
selected for your
We will
guests to
not
be
be
able
held
to see and
responsible
hear
for
you
any
a part of
physical,
this live
emotional,
cam
or
party. The share
psychological
video
trauma
source
that you
option will
may
allow you to
incur
share
due
one of
to
your
attending
video
the
capture
event.
sources,
Do you
which we'll
understand
see
the
in action
rules?
in just a second.
I
Alright,
was
I'm gonna
so
share
fucked. Yes, I understand. Excellent. Well, as previously stated, just click on that link that I provided and it will take you directly to where the event is being taken place. Thank you for coming and enjoy the show. The window disappeared off my screen and all I could do was stare at the website. The dark carnival music continuing to play softly in the background. A ticker flashed across the top of my screen announcing that the event would be taking place in just a few short minutes. I suspected that I was still being monitored, so I clicked on a link and it redirected me to another page, where a graphic of a stage in velvet red curtains were drawn. Ambient sounds that you would normally hear in a theater. The hushed whisperings of the audience, shuffling of programs, and even a person coughing every so often could be heard. I was impressed. They'd certainly gone all out for this thing, whatever it was. When it got to about 10 minutes till the launch, another window popped up on my screen. This time larger than the first, and different screen names began to pop up inside as people came into the room. It was clearly a group chat window, the one that would allow all of us to talk to each other while the show began. Some people immediately passed off greetings, as though they were being reunited with old buddies for the game and knocking back a beer. I hadn't chosen a screen name yet, remaining as the default Anonymous 10235 or whatever the fucking number was at the end of it. A soft piano sound rang out and we watched the animated curtains part, and behind it was a video screen, more than likely connected to some live feed. The camera was off and the transmission was offline as stated in the top right corner of the window. People's excitement was clear in the chat and they all discussed what the event would be about. It must have been an understood rule not to talk in detail about what had been previously showcased in another session, as no one dared to drop hints or blatantly speak about what they had seen before. This was crazy. I was scared before I had even really did anything. Nothing was happening and I felt extremely on edge. That should have been my first sign that I needed to get the hell out of there. But I still hadn't said anything. Someone took note that I hadn't either. Hey, you think Anon went AFK? I went wide-eyed at the screen. Don't know. Yo, Anon, where you at? Say something, creepin' ass motherfucker. A chill ran down my back, slow and unsettling before I let my fingers fly across the keys. The first was to change my screen name, Waki Blaster. It was a desperate attempt to combine two aliases I'd previously been known for into one thing. My mind switched back into hacker mode and I cleared my throat some, still mentally bracing myself for what was about to happen. I'll say something when I've got something to say, which won't be much, seeing as how the show's getting ready to start. A few oohs and oh snap in response. I wasn't about to get an ego over some smart-ass comment, not when I was in unknown territory like this. In hindsight, I should have just left. I should have just said, fuck this place and dipped out of there. But I was too afraid of giving myself away, especially now that I had bothered to open my stupid mouth. A hailstorm of messages flooded the chat, mostly people counting down the seconds as we hit the 1 minute mark. A time ticker appeared over the video window mounted on the stage when it hit 30 seconds. They went from white to pink and then a shade of red, growing darker as the numbers decreased slowly to 1. 0 was completely blood red and then disappeared from the screen as static appeared in the video frame. The show was about to begin. A person with a mask appeared on the screen. The mask, a stark porcelain white with a pair of painted blue eyes and a black twisted smirk spreading across the lower portion of it. Their wild, matted hair stuck out around the edges of the mask, the rest hidden.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Is this nigga on a Zoom call with fucking Lucifer?
Bro, oh God, cause what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that, fool?
What?
Oh,
Oh, shit. What the fuck, bro?
that's crazy.
I got eight way to hell, bro. What if this nigga opened up a portal to a fucking third
Fool,
Dear God.
bro, and also I think I figured it out how to do the shit. But hold on.
I'm gonna be fucking seat bump, put your try to poke, man. What, you trying to watch it on your computer, fool?
I'm saying I think I figured it out. Let me go to my inbox though. Copy link address. I bet. Now, take this over. Add me a source. Where it's at, it should be like a lab cam. That shit,
I'm in the door, I walked in, I sat down, and cut the TV off. I swear to you, bro, I swear to God. Oh, knock your shit back. Bro, Jackie went by, bro. Jackie went by right now.
man, it's so funny, fool.
Hey, man, I'm gonna go ahead and start the video.
Hey, yeah, start that hoe up, bro. I'm just trying to, yeah. Yeah, what up,
By a
Phil?
silk top hat. He was dressed to the nines. a deep red and black three-piece suit and half cape draped over one of his shoulders. He held a long, black cane with a silver skull atop the handle as the decorative piece. Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. For all returning members, it is so very good to see you again. As for all the newcomers, I welcome you to the Monkey House. I'm your host, Hans Twilight, the ringleader of this humble little carnival of mine. I couldn't help but laugh a little, feeling some of my anxiety wash away. What the fuck was I watching? I had been so worried about a sideshow freak like this. Jovial music played in the background of the video, and I leaned back in my chair, silently fussing at myself for having gotten so worked up over nothing. We have a very special treat in store for all of you this evening. Are you ready for this little show of ours to begin? The chat room was soon flooded with messages confirming that they were, in fact, ready. Hans appeared to be looking off to the right where the window was, and he let out a chuckle. Rolling the cane between both of his leather-gloved hands, he leaned towards the camera a bit more and tilted his head to